Alright, today we're going to go over some of our favorite drills that help with footwork. Footwork leads to better agility, and balance is the precursor that leads to better footwork, that leads to better agility, which then leads to better quickness and getting to more balls. It's all a building on a foundation type of program to where you have to worry about your balance first, and from there you can start to progress and improve. Your athleticism is based around being balanced. It's a very important component a lot of people overlook. Sometimes we think just be quicker, when in fact it's hard to be quicker when you're out of balance. Okay, so I'll do a quick demo. Alright, so there's a drill that we love to do. We would call it like a level 1 drill, where it's essentially for beginner, where we can have a cone set up or we can have tape. We usually put a little roll of painter's tape down because A, it comes up very easy, but it gives us a specific target. Sometimes you don't have enough room on a court to really focus on. Anyway, so we just do a tap. Now, we always want to start in our athletic position. A lot of times our athletic position would be considered our defensive position. So, what a lot of times, I'm going to aim for this red line right here. And what we'll do is, in the name of being faster, or in the fake component of being fast, we'll just step as quick as we can, or just step as quick as we can, without any care of, are we more athletic? So what I'll do, in order to get faster, I'll lean onto this leg and move very quickly. Now, if I want to be balanced, I'm actually not balanced because everything is set up here. I'm leaning away to take all my weight off, but then I can move quick. If I force myself to stay balanced, I can't move as fast, but I can still hit the tape very accurately. But now, if I'm moving here, which is a progression we build off of, and then I step in, I can actually step forward and be athletic. That's improving footwork, because I don't have to readjust. So if I'm here and I'm moving quick, in order to get forward, I have to readjust and then step forward. We're setting a bad foundation if all you're concerned with is moving fast. Remember, it's about being more athletic for your sport, not how fast you can move your parts. Alright? So, drill number 1 could be just an easy step out like so. And then you force yourself to stay balanced. So what you could do, let's step back so you can see it. You could actually have them do, so let's say 5 seconds of the drill, and you have your timer, and you're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 5th one you say go, they have to step forward, right? Because the ones who aren't athletic or naturally balanced will be slower as they have to shift back to get back, okay? So you could be and go, alright? That'd be an easy drill to establish a base of learning how to be balanced, okay? So, remember, everything comes down to, and the start of everything is your athletic position, balanced position, slight forward lean, generally for most sports, feet comfortable distance apart, okay, solid base. Now, from there, we're going to show you a couple of our favorite drills. The first one being quick feet. It's called quick feet, and yes, you do have quick feet, but instead of just doing fake ladder touches, you're actually trying to hit targets, meaning you're accurate with your movement, You're balanced more specifically with your movement, but after establishing those two things, you can be quick with your movement. Whether you use a cone or whether you use a line, we generally start with 1 foot forward, okay? And it makes it a little bit more of a natural movement when we start here. And if you remember previous discussions, getting your arms moving helps to speed up your feet. So if I start slow, okay, I can do it on the cone, okay, and yeah, every once in a while you will kick the cone because the cone, you can barely raise the cone and it'll move, which is why we generally recommend using more lines because lines don't move. But what happens is, as they're learning this drill, they tend to hop. Because a hop is more control, but you're not going to get as fast. You're also going to hold your hands in tight. Hop. That's not running. We want to be quick feet, which means we want to get our arms moving. Okay? And we're learning to be up on the balls of our feet while improving our foot speed, while, most importantly, staying balanced. Okay? Balance is a key component to everything we do. Alright? The next drill we can do, I actually just demonstrated, is we do a lateral step. But instead of just going quickly, side step, we want to side step. See how I transfer my balance back to center? It's not just a reach. That's a reach where you're still staying semi-balanced. I actually want my balance to transfer. So let's say my center of gravity is right here. Okay, as I step, now my center of gravity is here. That small adjustment, okay, so it's right here, now it's right here. So I can still move quick, but I'm allowing my balance to shift as well. Then, off of that, or a progression from that, which I did show a partial simulation earlier, is I get athletic, I lateral step for however many reps or time. Generally, time is better because it's more reactionary for the athletes. So if you say on a 10th one, like, hey, do 10 reps, and they count 10, 8, 9, 10, they'll set themselves perfectly and then step, meaning they did 9 fast as they could. Doesn't matter because the only one that counts is the 10th one. You don't want that to happen. So we generally are in charge of when they move, meaning us the coaches. So I'm going to step and stay balanced, step and stay balanced. Okay? Step and stay balanced, step and stay balanced, step and stay balanced. Quick step forward. Okay? Step, 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 step forward. Okay? Now you can go backwards. So if you were into a dead sprint, you can go step, backwards sprint on a deep ball. Or if you really need to get and run down a ball behind you, you can step, open step, and turn and go. Which we'll talk about the open step next. Because that actually leads us to one of our favorite agility footwork drills, which is mastering and learning that open step. Okay? So first of all, what's an open step? A lot of times athletes don't recognize they need to control their hips for proper movement, right? Controlling our hips allows us to open step and maximize our distance. Okay? So, what we want to do is open step. And this is what you'll get out of that. Boom, athletic. I need to go this way. So I'm going to open step and transition to a run. And I got to right here. I'll mark that. Okay, same position where I just want to run, right? So I'm going to go, oh, I got a ball over there, and I run. Now look where I got to. Now my second step is here. This little 1-inch pivot of that foot, as it pivots and I run, gets me so much farther. So that quick little rotation does help with your footwork. It will also help with your agility, because agility is the ability to accelerate, decelerate, and change direction quickly. If you can do that better, you're improving your agility. So just a quick little open versus, okay, big difference. All right? And we teach all this in depth in our footwork workshop, which is available online in our Thinkific site, but different discussion for a different day. So, open, step, turn. Now, a lot of kids don't necessarily want to focus on just doing a footwork drill, especially younger kids. So we do add challenge components, which makes it fun for them, and that's why we're always using tennis balls for a lot of our drills. Because it adds a little bit of a challenge, makes it more fun for them, they stay more focused. So we do side drop. See how I do the open? Side drop, open, turn, and return. See how I return to my athletic position? And I'm back to a balanced position. If I open, I'm going to do it slow motion. But drop, open, turn to catch. Now, I have to be balanced in this position. If I'm not going to be able to transition backwards. So as I transition, now I'm balanced again. See how quick that can be? Okay? And that ball is what allows us to make it a challenge, and for them to think more about catching the ball successfully than just. Now, as a coach, you can be the one dropping it out here. My athlete would be right there, and I drop it. And you get right out to the maximal distance of how far they can go with that step, so that they can only step and reach, so that they learn and start to practice getting farther and farther. Okay? All right, reinforce open step into that turn. Then a progression built into and off of that drill is we're going to finish this way. So we're going to drop, open, turn, return, open. And I went to the other way. I can actually have two balls. As a coach, I'm usually on this side, and I will drop the ball. Or as a volleyball player, you can open and be ready to have to ball. Okay? So you could be boom, boom, drop the ball, finish. Okay? As a softball or baseball, you could be ready to sprint and actually do a sprint. As a basketball player, you could be forced to get into defense. If there are multiple options, you can build off of that. But boom, 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 boom. And all of that is just learning to control my balance through my hips, through my footwork, my open step. I'm becoming light on my feet because I'm balanced. Alright? And that's 4 drills that we really love to use. And we do this as a beginner, or as a beginning of most of our workouts. We start with some type of movement balance for every day, because it is an undervalued skill that does help them become quicker, help them become more balanced, help them become more athletic. Learn how to balance. The footwork follows, because a lot of times what happens with our athletes is they're standing up tall and then they're clumping along because they just don't have that balanced position. All right? So those are 4 drills you guys can use with your athletes. Progression. There's more off of that. There's actually more turns and more forward steps, more back steps that you can use, but all of them work as a basis off of balance out of that athletic position. Okay? Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow we will be going over how to do better weight transfer, so how to do better balance or maintaining your balance as we transition from one position to the next. More so of what we just did, how to control that balance point, your center of gravity as you allow for weight shifts and weight transfers. Okay, like getting low for balls and stuff like that. You still have to maintain your balance and then get back while maintaining that balance. So that'll be tomorrow. Okay, same time, 10:45 Mountain Time. Look forward to seeing you guys then. Everyone have an amazing day. Go out, be awesome, be amazing. Thank you.